Colder than a mother-in-law's heart out here, but it's breeding season. Reptiles are fornicating, which means they gotta eat. So we're going to the reptile store. Let's start you off with a good reptile tip. If you need reptile lighting, it's not for Euromastics or something like that, just some regular old lizard, snake. You don't need to go buy a $15 light from a reptile store. I got something for you. Bam! Home all your reptile needs. So here's what you can get from the dollar store. 50-watt light. If you don't need a giant 150 watter, and sometimes these put off as much heat as a regular 100-watt reptile bulb that you'd pay 15 bucks or 20 bucks for at a reptile store, here in Canada anyway. $2.50. So you can get a bunch of them for the exact same price. So we're gonna go home and put this one of the ball python enclosures. I'll show you that later. We gotta go to the reptile store first. Well, we're just pulling into the reptile store now. Looks busy. If you're in the Niagara region, St. Catharines, Niagara Exotics, Hartzell Road, fantastic. Guy who runs the place is good. Lots of cool animals in there. We'll do a tour another day, but we gotta feed reptiles because fornicating and stuff. All right, gecko food. Let's go home and feed the geckos. I'm gonna go see the scariest reptile of them all. Hi, hi. You didn't eat your food. What's up with that? Okay, wanna go help me feed the reptiles? So I'm back from the reptile store. Got our light and we got to put it in. So basically behind me I've got a wall of self-made enclosures here. I got some ball pythons in them and jeweled lacerda. We're gonna do a reptile tour. I gotta clean the place up and we'll come back, but for now, put this in. There's where she's going, right in there. Burnt out one, and then there's no glass in there because it's... Hi, welcome to my channel. Wickens Wicked Reptiles. Every week we're going to go through a bunch of different topics: care, feeding. We're going to make some custom enclosures. We're going to breed some ball pythons, leopard geckos, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm Adam Wickens. I'll be your host. We'll do this every week. But before we do, you probably want to see what I've got. And before we do that, let's make this reptile room look like a reptile room. Well, we've got ourselves a reptile room. This is the reptile room here. It's all clean now. And everything's perfect. I know there's a lot of different YouTubers out there with perfect rooms and super interesting collections. But I'm going to show you what I got. On this channel, we're not going to go crazy. I'm not a zoologist. I'm not a herpetologist. I just want to give you the best advice that I can. Give you my experience. Give you a little bit of tips and tricks. No ticks, I promise. So let's take a look at what I got. So starting to the left, the reptile room, we've got this wall of melamine enclosures that I made myself. They're all plugged into a timer, and lights go on and off. They're supposed to be off right now. Today is the night cycle right now. This one doesn't have glass, you'll notice. The glass is over there. Just trying to revamp it. I got to put a support beam in there because, as you can see, melamine kind of bows. You see that gap in between the melamine? Basically needs a support beam like that one, and that way we won't have that issue. That glass needs to be clean. That's disgusting. Each one is outfitted with... Oh, there goes Bob. Each one is outfitted with Uvb Bulb, even though the snakes don't need them, and a halogen light. So basically, here's what I've done. I don't know how well you can see this, but I use dollar store halogen lights. I think we did that earlier in the video. Basically, it's a 50-watt bulb, and the hot spot is going to be, depending on how high it is. This one here, I want it to be about 100, and it's about 101, between 99 and 101, depending. But glass should be in there tomorrow. Let's move on. I don't have the largest collection, but I got 2 racks that I made myself. They're both made of melamine, and they're not full. And it's breeding season right now. In my reptile room right now, I've got 5 different species. I've got jeweled lacerdas, ball pythons, hognose snakes. That's only 4. Leopard geckos. And upstairs I've got some crested geckos too, and some oxalotls on the way. So We'll have 5 species of reptiles and an amphibian species also. But for today, let's just talk about a few of them that I have. We'll keep this one rather short. The leopard gecko is in the middle of breeding season right now, but let's see if we can get one out. So these two are actually hooked up right now. This is the one male that I've got, a Tremper albino to a Tremper genetic stripe rather. Let's see if we can go after another one here. Now this girl here, she's a Tremper albino also, and she just got bred earlier today. I took the male out, and the male has a new girlfriend. So basically, you can see here, if we can get a little bit better view, this is Honey. I name all the leopard geckos for some reason. All my animals actually. Now she's quite a good looking bell albino, this one is. So I know you're not supposed to put Trempers with bells because it muddies the waters a little bit. I don't have a bell or a male bell right now, and the guy that I have, the other one that I have besides Cheech there, he's an albino, but I'm not sure which one. I've had this guy since 2011, so I know he's an albino, but I don't know what kind, and I bred him to a Tremper last year, and it didn't produce any albino babies, so I imagine that he's not Tremper albino. He's probably a bell, or maybe he's a rainwater Vegas, whatever you want to call it. But that's Honey. She's the newest gecko that I got. I've got some babies yet that are left. They're actually right beside you right here, trying to get the feeders that are right beside them. We'll get to those guys in a second. We'll see. Next time we're going to go a little bit in more depth. But Hognose, that's the one that I really like, the species that I really like working with right now. But we do have a ball python that needs to be put with her boyfriend for the year. They did not breed last year. I just got them at the end of breeding season. But she is a het albino. The male is an albino, and the person that I bought them from said that they did prove out. They had 5 eggs, and 2 of them were albino babies. So they're going to be put together. She's supposed to be in that bottom enclosure that I showed you guys earlier, but it's not ready yet, so she's just in a tub for now. So I'm going to take her out, put her with her boyfriend, and hopefully maybe they're going to lock tonight, tomorrow. I'll come down and check. So you might wonder why I try to get a ball python out of a container with a hook. This girl is large, and she's got a heavy food response. She's eyeing me up right now, actually. Come on. I guess maybe we should open the enclosure first to make this a little bit easier. So this is Medusa. This is my female het pied. Where are you going? Moving real funny. Don't bite me, please. This is my female het pied ball python. She is a proven breeder, proven to be albino. Did I say het pied? Het albino is what I meant. So she is going to go in with her boyfriend right now. So basically the idea is this year, I want to produce a few things. I want to produce a whole bunch of baby leopard geckos. I've got 3 females I'm going to breed. Last year, one of them pumped out 20 eggs, and out of those, I got 19 babies from her. The last one that she laid for the entire season was infertile. This is terrible lighting. I want to produce some baby albino ball pythons, and I want to produce some albino hognose snakes as well. In the other room there, I've got a big albino female. She's well over 300 grams now. I got her 3 years ago. She's finally ready to breed. So she's going to go get hooked up with her mate. I've seen the hemipenes on them. She's going to be real impressed, I promise you that. So that's Ekins and Arbach. Pokemon names, why not, right? And Arbok is the male. He's a het albino. Well, so it was sold to me anyways, 100% het albino male. So I guess we're gonna find out if he proves out, and if not, then we're gonna have a bunch of possible het albino babies. But I'm not gonna go crazy into morphs. I'm not that type of guy. Albino stuff is really the only stuff I'm into with all my animals. This is gonna be mostly care guides, how to build melamine enclosures, melamine racks. I've got several of those I made myself. How to handle them, how not to get bit, because that's my least favorite thing in the world about having reptiles. And overall, we're just gonna have a good time and learn about reptiles together. So next week, I'll be back. We'll do a different video. If you watch this one, comment down below. Let me know what you want me to cover. I plan to cover a whole bunch of different topics. And let's go on this journey together. Let's learn about reptiles. Let's have a great time, and let's educate everybody. Snakes aren't creepy or gross or slimy. Reptiles are cool. They're fun, just like a dog. Except for they don't lick peanut butter off of your finger and stuff. Also, see you next week.